So these mechanics have me excited because if they execute on this correctly, there could be some really, really cool puzzles. I'm hoping that this game is full of shrines and dungeons and stuff that continue to elaborate on these mechanics and use them in conjunction with each other. Sometimes... My understanding is that sometimes in Zelda games you can gain access to different things and different... Oh, look at that. Oh, could I have climbed up that way? Oh, yeah, there's even mushrooms down there. Oh, maybe I could have gone that way instead. But my understanding of this franchise is that you're supposed to be able to get, oftentimes, power-ups and equipment out of order. But this one has me excited because it's forcing me to get to all these different shrines and grab the 4 different power-ups before I can even leave. He's like, hey, go to all the shrines and I'll give you the parachute so you can actually leave this place. And so that's encouraging to me. Because I think that means that, is it safe up here? Oh crap, I'm already taking damage? Alright, well, let's deal with that then. Where? Oh, that wasn't food. There we go. So, I take that to mean... Can I climb up here? That, if they want me to have every mechanic before I even leave this island, this plateau, that suggests to me that they're gonna make those mandatory in future encounters in order to proceed, which means that they may have specifically created a bunch of puzzles that incorporate all of these mechanics working in tandem, which sounds like great news. Like, what if I put a bomb on the ground and then I hit it... Oh, that was meat I probably could have used. What if I put a bomb on the ground and then I froze that bomb in time, and then I hit that bomb repeatedly with my sword to store up kinetic energy, and then launched it across a gap, and then I manually detonated the bomb? Like, I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if you can switch to a different ammo, to a different power-up without detonating the bomb you had equipped, necessarily. That'll take some experimenting. But if puzzles expected me to do that kind of thing, that'd be super cool. And I'd be down for that, because I've heard that there might be a ton of shrines in this game. So if they execute on that correctly, that could be a really welcome part of the game. Hi there. I don't like you. Just so we're clear. Oh shit. No, I accidentally clicked the joystick there. Oh, I can't freeze him. So you can't freeze enemies. I guess that makes sense. But I had to check. Woo! Woo! Oh, that's fun. We have fun here. Yep. Keeping distance. Hey there. How you doing? Right over here. Yay! Oh, he's fallen. Oh, but he's fine. He's not falling off. Oh, I need to stop crouching. Just the tension of doing the fight makes me crouch, apparently. Because it's just clicking left stick. That's gonna get me in trouble. I do want that spiked Boko shield. How did you know? You dropped your weapon? Oh, that's too bad for you, isn't it? There we go. I believe he is defeated. Because of my superior might and wit. Or because I ran around like an idiot and went woo while dropping bombs. I thought that wasn't... Did not read that as guts at first. Just leave it at that. Bokoblin Guts, a rare material obtained by defeating a bokoblin. It convulses on its own every now and then, which is really creepy. But perhaps it has use. Oh, now I have another piece of critter, huh? What if I can mix the guts with the wing to create a hybrid item? Will that make that explode? Oh. It did not hit, so I can't know. Was that chest there the whole time? Was there a chest the whole time there and I didn't pick it up? Am I a dummy head? Is that what happened? Did I do a real big dummy? I may have done a real big dummy. Oh no. And that was like last episode, so I've already been probably chewed out for it by like dozens of people or something. Well, let's head on down here. Let's find out how fall damage works. Hey, we're good. Still trying to test the boundaries here. Were you here last time? I don't remember you. Oh, arrows. I'll take it. Because I fought my way past these guys, right? I think this is the route I took. Yeah. Weird. Yeah, I completely missed that. Wouldn't mind having a little more sprinting. Kind of just sort of staggering it back and forth. Actually, this is actually how I play Souls. Is I'll just be like, run, 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 oh. Run, 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 oh. Run, 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 oh. Run, 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 run. Although, even in Souls, it lasts a little longer than that. And Amber. There we go. More for the collection. I have not received notification of those resources maxing out so far, so that's... At least there's that. Although I don't have huge stacks of anything yet, so maybe that stuff will eventually become a problem. Gotta be careful, we're halfway through our remaining cold resistance. My goal is to get across the mountain. I might just go across the peak, but that might prove to be a bad idea. I have to keep an eye on my temperature to see if it plunges as I go higher. If the peak's high enough, or cold enough, it'll eventually start hurting me. Because the fact that it counts as like 1 out of 2 cold resist suggests that there's better cold resist, which suggests that there's a reason to want better cold resist. So unless you specifically want this, unless you're trying to get specific crafting materials, there's not a ton of reason to fight half these enemies, huh? He's kind of ineffectual in that he just kind of wanders around and doesn't chase me very aggressively. So I don't really need to fight him for defensive reasons. And he's not guarding a chest. Not really guarding anything. Okay, Mount Hylia is not my destination. But I'm here. So, let's give it a go, huh? Oh, wow, that was a hell of a leap there. Oh, this is why eating stamina food comes in handy, huh? Because it can help you survive a climb like this where you're not going to make it to the top. That makes sense. Assuming you can eat when you're climbing, which wouldn't really make sense necessarily in real life, but because eating is a thing you do in a pause menu, you might be able to eat while you're climbing. I'll have to try that if I ever feel like I'm at risk of falling. Although I'll have to cook actual stamina food too. Oh, he's up here. Hi. The fierce cold atop these mountains can take quite a toll as the night sets in. Breathtaking view. This may be the best place to get a full view of the entire plateau. Use your scope to look for shrines. When you locate one, place a pin on your map as a marker. You did well to make it this far without the proper clothing. Please take this warm doublet as a reward for your tenacity. Hey, cold resistance. Just for going up here. Also, it looks more like what I would expect Link to look like, so I like that part too. A warm pullover, typically worn by mountain folk. Its sturdy fabric and thick gloves are great at retaining body heat. I assume you will want to try it on right away, yes? I thought you might be eager to see how it looks. It's quite fetching. Well, I suppose it matters not. It is yours now. Do take care to put it on before you get too cold, though. Yes? Yay! Especially since what I already had was only a 1 defense thing anyway. Yeah. I found three increased defense pants. But not these guys. Alright, so it's got 4 armor, it's got cold resistance, and perhaps most importantly, I'm green now. I like that part. So with this on, I might not have to eat any more cold resistance food. Oh, he's repeating the same dialogue as before. Just 1 more until you can have my paraglider. Interesting. He means that one, right? But there's one down there, too. I feel like I should mark that. There we go. Found you. So is that outside of the zone? Yes, wow. Quite a bit outside the zone, actually. Okay. The fact that it seems kind of close, but it covers that much map, kind of shows that the map's... It's not staggeringly huge. It just looks like it is compared to here. I mean, it's kind of big, but this mountain alone covers like half the map, so... It's not a gargantuan map. So I've now mapped one of those. There's a tower up there, but I feel like I don't need to mark those as much because they're so clearly visible. There's my goal right down there. It's so close now. This is quite the view. So let's be sure, like, there's the one there, one there, one there. Can I see the other one from here? No, I can't. Interesting. He suggests this is the best place to find the shrines, but you can only see a few of them from here, not the one that was down there off the cliff. So that first tower is actually the best place to find the shrines, because they're all within line of sight, as shown by the fact that I already marked them all. Amber. Neat. I robbed someone's grave, probably. Nah, probably not. Oh, is this like Spiral Mountain? Like in Banjo? So, a common practice is to mark the peaks, especially for mapping purposes. It's good to mark oh, there's a way to climb all the way around here. You want to mark the peaks of mountains, especially like the highest points of them. It's really good for mapping purposes because you can triangulate your location by pointing towards the peak marker with a compass. Once you know where oh, what is that? What is that? What is that? I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill it. Oh, it's an ice key. Oh. Ice key swing. A rare ice key swing. Its frozen surface gleams attractively, but its usefulness isn't readily apparent. Well, I'm taking it. I'm gonna fill my inventory with the corpses of the things that I find. So yeah, as shown here, my ice resistance has worn off, but I still have I'm still not taking any damage because my coldness is not actually entering the blue part of the meter. So the new coat's definitely paying off here. Well, happy to have it then. Also, I'm noticing that I've been failing to notice this because it's so small in the interface, but the top left corner clearly dictates the D-pad directions I need to switch specific things. You may have noticed a few times where I press one D-pad menu, close it, and open a different one because I'm just trying to do it based on memory. But I can clearly tell from here that left is the left is the shields, up is the powers, right is the weapons. Which explains perhaps why changing your bow involves holding the bow button and then pressing the weapon button, because I probably ran out of slots. I assume we'll see at a later date what down is, because apparently it's... There seems to be something that's so important that they reserved down for it at the expense of bows having their own slot. So we'll see. Let's save as I approach. We've got a combat scenario followed by a shrine. I apologize. Now I need water. Crap. Oh god. You might be able to tell from the lack of camera angle changes, I was in the process of drinking water when that happened. That was a bad time to have that happen. That was just a generally not a good outcome for me. Although I do want to see if I can do something neat here. Let's try. Let's see. Oops. Oh no. This way. No, this way. Ow. Well, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Alright, well. I had a fun plan. Didn't work out, but it was a fun plan regardless. Let's, these are really heavy healing items. I must feel bad about wasting... Oh, this one's perfect. Yum, 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 yum. Alright, so my master plan was that I wanted to freeze that thing, hit it with my sword, and then have that fly at my enemy. I thought that'd be fun. Yeah. He shoots it with arrows, which really builds up the kinetic energy in a way that I don't want it to build up, and it really creates problems for me. So that was a learning experience. Bye! Off to space with you. Hopefully he falls forever. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to reach me again. Ooh. Oops. I really should have prepped this more. Uh-oh. 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 There we go. Much better. You alright? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he threw an explosive barrel! Oh my goodness! That wasn't very nice. Ow, I didn't mean- ow. Crap. Guess who accidentally bumped that? Every button, actually. Yeah. It'll just take some practice. I gotta get the controls down until they feel intuitive and second nature where I'm not thinking about them. Because at the moment I am constantly thinking about what button I'm pressing. Which, if you're not used to thinking about that, you might not understand why that's weird or problematic, but if you're actively thinking about what the buttons do on your controller, then you're going to be distracted and not be just doing intuitively. You want your controls to be as intuitive as possible. Which is not to say the game's unintuitive, but that I need to get used to all these actions. I've been spending so much time slowly exploring and wandering around that I don't always... combat's not a thing I've done for large amounts of time so far. So every time a fight happens, I'm struggling a little bit with the controls. Let's drop you. Oh, it's a ball one, that's right. I didn't think about that very well, did I? I'm just gonna go detonate that. Oh, he's back. Goody. That's what I was hoping would happen. That's what I was hoping would happen. It's just more enemies to deal with. Gotcha. I'm definitely having issues where I accidentally click the left stick quite often, completely unintentionally. So I've got to really work on that, or get that Pro controller. I'm trying. I'm still hunting around for a Pro controller because I would like to find one, but it's not easy to find. Apparently they were in high demand because they're sold out for basically a 100-mile radius. And when you look on Amazon, all the listings are like, "Hey, you want to pay double price and get it in like 2 weeks?" I'm like, that's doubly not worth it. If you're gonna offer something for extra money, it better be available now. But they can't even do that. Is that a shrine down there? It looks like a shrine. I'm just gonna mark it for future reference. There we go. So that's another shrine floating way off the... oh wow, way off the map. That one's even further away. What's going on over there? That almost seems kind of important. So there's my shrine. Why is that thing... there's a frozen thing down there. Let's do the shrine first. I'm right here. Is that a chest in the middle of the lake? Huh. Can I reach it? With magnesis? Ah! Crap. Okay, so that hurts you. As expected. Ow. The question is, what can I do here? We'll climb up here. The Kanamut Shrine. Trying to be careful here. Okay. So that's not working at all, huh? Here's an idea. Also, I haven't saved super recently, so let's maybe do that real quick. What if I freeze the chest, then throw a bomb at it to create kinetic energy, and then maybe it'll fly out? No, no, ah! Dang it. I'm really, really bad at the bumpers. It feels natural, because on the Switch controller, the bumpers are super, super tiny, and the triggers are, like, roughly finger-sized. So it feels natural to hit the triggers a lot of the time, and I find myself hitting them because they're only like a centimeter apart. Really gotta get used to this controller. I find I have to stretch my hand upward to get to the bumpers, whereas my fingers naturally rest on the triggers, which is a surprise. That seems minor, but in every console controller I've ever played with, from the PlayStation controller and the Xbox controller and so on, I find that my fingers naturally rest on the bumpers, and I have to move to the triggers. So that I find myself reflexively pressing exactly where my hands are already positioned to hit the bumpers, but then realizing afterwards that I'm not hitting the bumpers, I'm hitting the triggers, because the triggers are in a spot that I have to reach, because I'm always on the triggers, and, you know, you can piece together what I was trying to say, because I kind of lost track of my thought process. No, damn it. Oh, I got it. Yay. Yeah, what you just saw there was definitely an example of me, like, fighting my own brain to press the correct buttons in order. I gotta get used to this controller. I gotta get used to this. Plan totally worked, though. Opal. I don't know if the freezing time attempt was necessary. Probably wasn't. Probably just had to hit it with a bomb and it was gonna fly to the shore or something. That would make sense. But, I overthought it probably by freezing it. We got it, though. That's the important thing. And I got an opal. Add that to the collection. Alright. Shrine number 4. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Sleeping in a bed allows you to sleep until morning, noon, or night. It also replenishes your hearts. It says specifically bed, though, as in, like, not just some random campfire. This looks interesting. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Ken Numat. In the name of the goddess of Hylia, I offer you this ritual. Cryonis trial. Do I freeze things? That'd be interesting. It's in an icy area. That'll allow me to go across water and traverse all sorts of spots. That I could probably freeze that one broken dock so that I could walk over to that one raft we saw even. Oh, there's one more waiting for me. We'll see. Oh, right. The last one is probably... Well, I was going to say the last one's probably the glider, but the glider could be down on the D-pad. Or it could have a dedicated button. Because it doesn't seem magic to me, but we'll see, I guess. Create a pillar of ice from a water surface. Build ice pillars that are very stable. These pillars can be used as stepping stones or as obstacles. Use Cryonis on an ice pillar to break it. Alright. Have at you, then. Can I climb on you? I can. Let's break it, then. Bing! Alright, well that's neat. Can I create it under myself? The answer is yes. That's awesome. That means I don't have to climb them. Hit. Hit. Oh, I can lift it. Yes. Oh, there is puzzle, but there is puzzle potential in this. Especially since I can probably only make one, right? Oh, I can keep making them. I mean, obviously we have to test how many I can make, right? 3 is the answer. Alright, that's the go-to number for that kind of situation, so that makes sense. Leave me alone, I don't like you. There we go. Oh, that might explode. That immediately seemed like a bad idea. There we go. Oh, there's a chest. I love that you can create them under yourself. That saves so much time that could potentially be spent climbing them. Traveler Spear. A spear used mainly by travelers to fend off wolves and other beasts. It's easy to hold and simple to use. It's also kind of crap, if we're just going to be honest about it. By spear standards, I have... Yeah, I have this 6 right here, the throwing spear. Not in a big hurry to grab a traveling spear. Maybe instead of the Boku Club? Yeah. I should experiment with spears a little bit. Just throw them around. Make a big old mess of things. Yay. Bing. That feels neat, actually. I like that. Oh. You can go to either side by creating a seesaw under it. Okay. Gotta aim in the right spot. There we go. There's weird conflicts in where I was allowed to build it. Weird. Yep. Hey! Positive feedback loop. It keeps celebrating every time I make progress. With a little musical chime saying, "You did it! This is a confirmation that you did the thing correctly." Oh, hey. I'm looking at the temperature gauge and I just realized that putting on the cold resistance removed one of the cold notches from the map. Is there a bigger one I can look at somewhere? Not really, but there it is in the middle of the screen. On the right side, there's a tiny orange sliver and then 2 big orange chunks. But on the left side, there's 1 tiny blue sliver and 1 big blue chunk. And the thing was saying that I got 1 out of 2 possible ice resistance. And that's apparently... I thought it would change how much the needle moves, but apparently it just means that when the needle moves into that range, I don't get count as being cold because it removed the blue thing from the meter completely. It also coincides with the fact that it says 1 out of 2, so I could remove both of the blue things from the meter, but eventually you can be too cold or too hot still, because there is a 3rd little notch that seems to indicate the maximum. I imagine that if I stand in fire, for example, it goes all the way to that tiny orange notch, and bypass, and at that point it wouldn't matter if I have 2 heat resistance, basically. Or so go my assumptions at the moment. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you this spirit orb. Ta-da! May the goddess smile upon you. There's definitely a repetition to this, though, so if the world's jam-packed with these, I might eventually start skipping the animation. I figure at least for this mandatory early part, I might as well sit through it. But, it is the same dialogue every time, isn't it? So it's probably not worth watching the animation every single time. Is the old man just gonna come gliding in now? Oh! That's a yes. With this, you have now acquired all of the spirit orbs from the shrines of this plateau. Extraordinary. This means it is finally time. Link, it is finally time for me to tell you everything, but first... Imagine an X on your map. With the 4 shrines at the endpoints, find the spot where those lines intersect. I shall wait for you there. Do you understand? Where 2 lines connecting the shrines would cross, there I will be waiting. That's interesting. So 1 shrine is here, and 1 shrine is here. That shrine, that shrine. So my goal is the Temple of Time. That's pretty explicit, actually. That's clearly where he wants to meet me. Alright. That seems like a fitting location. With Mount Hylia and the Temple of Time, it makes me wonder if this game is supposed to be explicitly a follow-up to a previous Zelda game or something. Because that's supposed to have happened before, right? I think... what was it? Something about something about Wind Waker, I think, is supposed to be the flooded version of a world from either a previous Zelda or a future Zelda or something. But then again, I don't know if any of these explanations make sense. Honestly, when I look at the Zelda timeline and anyone tries to explain it, it honestly mostly doesn't sound like a real canon, even if it is confirmed even if somebody at Nintendo confirms it, it seems like a non-real canon. It really feels like they just make a bunch of Zelda games because they want to make more Zelda games, and then arbitrarily come up with explanations for why they might be connected. And maybe you can come up with like one or two concrete explanations that connect a few games, but the idea that they all share a timeline seems kind of crazy. It doesn't seem like the I doubt the developers make any of these games and are like planning it around the Zelda timeline in any way. It's like, it almost feels like it's a form of fan fiction that the developers themselves make about their game retroactively or something. Up we go. Can I climb snow? The answer is yes. Can I break you? I don't even know if I'd want to, but it exists, so I guess I do want to. Oh, can I break you with the ice power? The answer is no. Can I create a ice thing under you? Right. I can only do that. I can only create it with water. I'll put this here, just so I'm far away from the explosion. Nope. Probably because it's an energy explosion, huh? Okay. Let's try this. Arrows. Fire arrow. Aha! Oh, not quite there yet, are we? My Bokubo, oh no! But the rule of threes, how has it not been extinguished yet? Is this doing anything? What did I do? Oh, hey! Yaha! You found me! Bye-bye! Neat. Tweehee! Well, I found 3 of them now. Neat. So basically the takeaway here is if you find any weird thing on the landscape, immediately mess with it. Because they're probably all those things every single time. That thing by the bridge looks weird. That tree looks weird. I should probably investigate all of those things because they could all be more cases of this stuff. That's interesting. That's interesting, yeah. The first one was a random ring of plants that were in the lake that I dove through, and that gave me the seed. The next one was a ball and cup game, and this one was a random piece of ice that was like, well, that looks weird. And I'm like, maybe I should break it or burn it. And eventually it burned down to being another seed. Interesting. At some point I presume we'll figure out what they're for. Yeah. Never know what might happen. I don't know, maybe you get the freaking Master Sword that way, for all I know. There must be something you can get out of them. Also, we have rupees. The top corner says I have 0 rupees. At some point, I presume I will have more than 0. I know, fingers crossed, right?